behind the scenes group chat. We were gonna record. We typically record on Sunday nights, but of course Mother's Day and things going on, things out of our control. We didn't record on Sunday, so this is actually being recorded on Monday. And we rarely ever plan what the show's gonna be about. We just kind of, I don't want to say it's not wing it, but we all know kind of what we're gonna be talking about. We don't have like some serious
Fly
topics.
by the seat of our pants.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
and I think that gives us more of like a
More
genuine.
fun that way.
And it gives us more of like a genuine conversation that we're actually having, because it's not scripted. Like, we don't tell each other what we're thinking ahead of time, and it's in the moment actual thoughts.
Well, I mean, you can't find out what Jay's actually thinking beforehand anyway, so
Well, we don't even know if he's coming or not, so that's
hard to plan.
anyway. It's PGA Championship week, and sent out a little text yesterday like, why does no one give a shit about the PGA Championship comparatively to the other majors? Jerome absolutely knocked it out of the park with his answer. So this is kind of scripted, but I want to get into this.
So, I mean, my whole thought process behind it is that it's a misnomer, right? When you think of championship anything, like the NFL championship game is the Super Bowl. It's the culmination event. Whoever wins the championship game wins the whole thing. As someone who just recently got, more into professional golf, if you said, hey, who do you think is going to win the PGA Championship? I would have been like, probably the best golfer in the PGA, right? Even though other people other than that play in the majors. The point is that, but if they then followed it up by saying, well, who do you think is going to win the FedEx Cup? I'd be like, who gives a fuck? And it's like, what's the FedEx Cup? And it's like, oh, that's the PGA's culminating event. Everybody that plays in PGA events accumulates points to win the FedEx Cup. And I was like, what? It doesn't make any sense. You would think, by its name, the PGA Championship is the culminating event. And then furthermore, to find out the PGA Championship, that PGA is not the PGA that we make fun of all the time. It's a different PGA. And then that's followed up by another, what the fuck? Why is there two fucking PGAs? And why is that okay? Why does that make sense to everybody else? Literally, the World Wildlife Fund and World Wrestling Federation couldn't fucking share 3 letters, but both PGAs are like, yeah, we just share it. It's cool.
At first glance, this sounds like the dumbest thing you've probably ever heard on a golf show. But in reality, like, I think this is something that really actually probably resonates with most people. But it's just been like part of the lingo or whatever in the sport for so long that people who are obsessed with golf think it's just no big deal. But the people who are just kind of casual are like, this is the dumbest thing ever. And aside to that, this is something that LIV actually got somewhat right, where they just are naming their events after the places that they're going. I know they didn't have sponsors, and people are going to say, well, they never have sponsors, but now they do have sponsors. So they just add the sponsor's name to the end, like LIV Golf Riyadh, presented by Madden. We get it,
It's pretty easy. What's nice about that is that if next year somebody wants to back the truck up and sponsor LIV Golf Riyadh, they can, and it doesn't ruin the event.
Agreed. And the PGA Tour has this problem with the Wells Fargo turning into now the Truist, and it's like, this person, Rory's a 6-time Wells Fargo champion. Well, sort of. He won 5 times when it was the Wells Fargo and once when it was the Truist. So let's screw our own history by selling out the most important part of our name. Now, how we can complain about the name, but we got to fix it. My initial thought was a quick rebrand to, and I know you're going to hate this now after hearing what you just said at the beginning, quick rebrand to just the championship.
No.
Just call it the shit.
It's not a championship, though.
It kind of is.
It's not, though.
Because
it's not even the last event of the major season.
Well, it used to be, but not any longer.
But it's not.
I got it. I got an idea. So the PGA Championship should be for the PGA professionals, the teachers, the people who worked hard and got their teaching and all that other stuff. The PGA Championship should be for that. They should just in turn make the fucking players the 4th major and leave the PGA Championship for those guys like Michael Block, like the guy in my club, and the other guys that I know who are teachers that try to qualify for the PGA Championship, play in that tournament that was like 3 weeks ago. Let that be the PGA Championship.
I was about to say, let me tell you, Jerome, if you thought it was stupid that there's the PGA Tour, the PGA Championship that kind of has both of those things mixed together. There's also a PGA Professional Championship that is not the PGA Tour. That is just actual PGA professionals. So the three letters, it's like golf could only think of three fucking letters 75 to 100 years ago. And we're like, we're just going to escape with the same three fucking letters no matter what we do.
And I'm all for like the oldest historical thing keeping its name, then change the newer thing.
Okay.
Jay, what are your thoughts?
And what? Obviously, I'm late.
Renaming the PGA Championship. What would you name it?
I do hate that name, but
I know we can complain about it, but we can't if we can't come up with a good. My suggestion was quick rebrand, eliminate the three letters, just call it the championship.
Well, I mean, I guess you can, or get a single sponsor like the Adidas, the Adidas Championship or something. Change it up completely.
That's on brand for the rest of the PGA.
The Vagisil Open.
That is true. I like that.
Anyway,
the Vagisil Invitational.
We want to hear from. We want to hear from them.
Invitational.
We want to hear from them, right, Jerome? You tell us what you would rename the PGA Championship because it needs a new name. The Masters, everyone gets. It does. I don't know. I mean, we know what kind of undertones that has. We're not even going to go there. But the Masters is its own event. The U.S. Open, like, it just says what it is. The British Open, duh. It just says what it is.
Well, the British Open, they just call it the Open.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's the original. So it's
right.
The Open.
That'd be cool though. Like back to your point, the Open, the championship.
Yeah. See, that's what
the
I'm saying.
Masters.
Yeah, but it's not a championship. It's just an event.
It's a championship. It's not the championship. You're right.
That doesn't make any sense. That's the definition of what a championship is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a culminating event.
Listen, I didn't name the thing.
I mean, look, we can have this conversation about a lot of things that are wrong. The World Series is not for the fucking World Championship.
Yeah, that's a tale as old as time, that one. It's true, though.
So it's fucking stupid.
And the Super Bowl is played in a dome in a field sometimes, not even in a bowl. So anyway, naming golf shows. And let's get into our predictions. That's what people came here for.
Is that what they came here for?
Cheech already gave his last week, so I'm going to give him a chance.
Clearly here to listen to Jay click on his computer the entire time.
Work never ends.
Gave his predictions last week, but I'm going to give him a chance to take back either one of his two choices.
Can you tell me my choices? Because I forgot them.
I wrote them down.
We got them, baby. We got them.
JT.
I know you do, but that's why I'm asking you to. You know what? I'm gonna stick to JT. At least I'll stick to that one, and I will go with Bryson instead of Brooksy.
Smart man.
A sleeper for the PGA Championship. I will give you Maverick McNeely as a sleeper from the PGA side.
Okay.
We're doing Jerome? A PGA and a LIV.
Yeah, Jay. Same as every major. One PGA, one LIV.
So I'm sticking with Bryson and Aberg, obviously.
Oberg.
Jay, the only from our picks like way back in January, I only have Rory here. Who's your LIV guy?
Did I pick Rory?
Yes.
Jesus. Let's go with You took Bryson already, Cheech?
Well,
you can pick whoever you want.
Pick everyone.
You don't have to worry about doubling up.
Then I'm gonna go Rory and Bryce.
You guys are cowards.
Okay, says the guy who picked Bryson. Who's your PGA guy, Aaron?
I picked Bryson at the beginning of the year. Don't give me that shit. I picked Bryson at the beginning of the year.
Shut up.
And I will stick with Bryson. Who's my PGA?
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't know if I want to say this out loud. I'm going to say it out loud. I'm going to put myself out there.
That's the whole fucking point, Aaron.
Denny McCarthy. This is a crazy-ass pick. I don't think anyone's going to talk about him. Last two times he played, he's like almost top 30 in the world. He played awesome at the Players. He played awesome at the...
Yeah, he's playing well.
At the Arnold Palmer, which are both Bermuda greens. And he's playing on a Bermuda green in North Carolina now. His last two times he played at the Wells Fargo Championship at this course, 8th place, 6th place finish. He's like
number one Denny McCarthy fan in the world, dude, right here.
He's like 150,000 to 1.
The guy's
bet
awesome.
Right now. So not 150,000 to 1, 150,000 to 100. So what is that? 1,500.
I got some money sitting in my FanDuel bank account there. I gotta make some bets.
$1,000 you pay off your mortgage if Denny McCarthy wins. I'm just saying.
$1,000.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. He's playing well. He didn't finish well last week. Where they play? I forget where they played. What was last week's event? The Truist. No. Yeah, the Truist. Yeah.
Truist.
Yeah. He shot an opening round 62. He was in the lead and then he kind of faded the rest of the week. But he's got that 62 only 3 rounds ago and played well at this course.
Keith Mitchell led after day one.
Yes. Okay. Well, Denny McCarthy has 62. He's right there. Course is going to be wet. Going to make the Bermuda greens even. Going to make it even harder for the guys who aren't used to the rough around the greens. That's like if it's grain into the grain or away from the grain. Like the Florida golfers are going to do well. That's why JT's a good pick. Jay, who'd you pick? Who's your PGA guy?
Rory.
That's why Rory's a good pick. Florida guy. I don't know where Denny McCarthy's from, but
Hi, Cheech.
Cheech got booted because of Denny McCarthy.
Too much Rory
There he
talk.
is.
There he is. He came back. Anyway, so that's
Well,
where we're at.
I got some awesome.
Let's hear it. Break it.
I will be in Charlotte for the PGA Championship.
You're going?
You're going on Phil Mickelson's For Wellness.
So I put the 2 and 2 together. I'm going down to visit my father-in-law who lives in Charlotte, and the PGA actually gives out free tickets to veterans. So
Yes,
I
they do.
put my name on a list, and I'm hoping to get some news for this weekend.
Sweet. Good luck.
Let's see what happens.
Nice.
Tickets are not sold out for Thursday or Sunday yet. Just so you know, I saw that in our little media guide. There's still some tickets available.
Thursday or Sunday.
I don't know.
Sweet.
Why they must have a concert Friday and Saturday night. I have no idea why
Probably.
Friday and Saturday are sold and Thursday, Friday or not, or Thursday and Sunday or not. That's awesome.
I don't know how Sunday's not sold out.
Stupid.
Tour fans, dude. That's all I can say about it. PGA Tour fans.
Just change the name.
Erectile dysfunction ads on their couch type people. I think we can say that without getting shadow banned. Anyway,
The Hymns Open coming 2026.
We will have some kind of show next week. I have no idea what's going to happen. It could be Jerome and For Wellness and Phil Mickelson's people at the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. It could be Jerry the Caddy and
I
Jay.
hope so.
Jerry the Caddy and Jay solo only interview
Please.
where Jay plays one hole
In like
with
some
Jerry
random
the Caddy.
alley
It could
behind
be
a Friendlies. I would love it.
It could be Cheech and myself.
It would be a Waffle House
Yes,
Definitely
in a
definitely.
Waffle
will.
bathtub.
Gotta be.
Cheech and myself from the rooftop of the Court Capri. That is also in the mix.
You know it's sold out. I looked. It's sold out because you know why? There's Bike Week going on that weekend in Myrtle. It's going to be insanity. That's why the Court
Shout out.
Capri. You know
Stay away
that's the
from
first
there.
one they go for.
God.
Shout out to our biker fans. If you're going to a bike week, hit us up.
Heck yeah.
That's gonna be a good time.
It's going to be crazy. Myrtle's going to be nuts.
It is gonna be wild. So we have no idea what next week's show is gonna bring,
Thank God we're in the South.
except for I'm gonna say this now. Bryson's gonna bring home the PGA Championship. This is his year. That's my final word. Jerome. No, it's not my final word. I'm sorry. 1,000 followers on Instagram. Fucking awesome. That was sick.
Thank you. Thank you.
2,000 on Twitter, like about to happen live while we're talking right now. We're like 1,998 or something like that. 2,000 on TikTok. So that's like 5,000 of you. Sick.
I mean, most of the ex
Double
followers
ups.
are all like tour bots, but I mean, still.
Yeah, a lot of hate follow. There's a lot of hate follow, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
take it every day.
If you're not following, tell them what to do. Tell Jay what to do. Help Jay out.
Yeah. How do I do this?
Jay,
Wait. Go slow.
make sure to like and follow. Hit the
Like,
bell so you get
follow,
notifications when we're posting.
Bells.
Comment
notification.
below what the PGA Championship should be renamed to. Thank you so much for listening. Have an awesome night.
Have an awesome night now.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, let's.
You got a smile on your face the whole time, a little
He's
glow
so
to you.
happy.
Something's going on, and you're nice. It's
Why
weird.
is he nice?
Something's off. Something's
Yeah,
off. You
he's
notice it
never
too.
nice.
Something's
I'm
off.
excited to play golf tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I'm super excited to play golf tomorrow.
Where are you playing?
Dinsmore. With you, idiot.
Oh, excellent.
Dinsmore.
I didn't know that. Man, I got stuff to do tomorrow. I might bail. That's awesome. Didn't know that.
You
Fucking
guys are
idiot.
hysterical. Okay,
I may or
Let's
may
get-
not. Now that the wife's car blew up, we'll see.
he'll be there.
Oh,
He'll be
so you need a car now?
Yeah, I gotta
Let
get a
me
car,
check-
but
let me-
I
Okay.
my wife's not a lesbian. My wife's not a lesbian.
He knows the guy. He knows the guy.
What's wrong with
All right,
that?
that's all we got.
Erica drives a Subaru.
She's
There's nothing
a
wrong with
secret
that.
lesbian. She's with you. Yeah, so
That's
we
It's
gotta
fine,
get
as long as I get to watch.
Yeah, we went way off the rails at the end. So
always
let's get
do.
the fuck out of here.
You
Let's
can
get
cut all that.